Welcome back everybody, it's DestinysJesus here. Today I've got part 2 of my video on how to WQ like Mitr0. We did the old one back a couple of seasons ago where it was Skies and Grapple and how you W King with that. But today we're going to be looking at the Wild Wednesday LTM that he came second place in. And this is actually quite ridiculous, right? Look at his game history. He had 22 kill win, 22 kill win, 20 kill win, 22 kill win, 18 kill win, 20 kill win. Those are really good W King. There's a lot of helicopters, and this LTM was actually shotguns only with harpoons and some fish, and then jetpacks as well. So there's quite a lot of different things going on here, but to be honest, the fights were really good. There's a lot of things to learn from mechanically, as well as game sensing and piece control and exit control and all that sort of lovely stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to leave a like if you did. This is a perfect example of a fight where you need to play aggressively while being defensive. So Mitr0 gets chunked for a lot of damage. He's in-storm, immediately goes for his quickest heal, which is Flopper, so you can get it off straight away. Then as the guy aggroes his wall, pretty standard backwards ramp, but instead of looking to expand and make space and make a 2x1, he immediately just goes upwards and looks for a trade peek on the guy. Catches a free bit of damage there, gets upwards, pops one mini, knows the guy's going to go for heal as well, baits halfway through a second mini, edits down, gets a free chunk on the guy, gets that crack, and at this point he has that confidence. Even though they're roughly the same HP, he knows he's got that crack and he's ready to go for his peak. Waits for the trade again. Knows the guy's playing kind of shambles and he's able to come around and clean him up here. A really easy way of going for a counterplay on somebody or getting free damage is just going for a bait heal after you already pop one mini. So pop one mini and then get through to pop in a second and then go for your counter peek, and then you can go for either a return player there at that point, or you can just go for another counter peek. Opponent's likely to double swing just because you're already swinging several times and you're going for your heals over and over, and they obviously want to stop you from healing at that point. So here I see my opponent healing, and I'm just going to go immediately for pressure shot and try to get timing on him, and he's instead just going to edit out as soon as he goes for that bait heal again. This is a nice build chain you can do to actually secure high ground when somebody's on your wall. So Mitr0 does a flip and does a 180 instead of a 90. Then he gets this cone up top here. This cone completely blocks off the other guy, and he's able to just establish high ground and go for shots from there, from above. Gets traded heavily here, so he just escapes. Also, that angle he did there, he could have gone for a free shot through that arch edit, which is a really nice trick to do. But instead, he decides to leave it, go for his mini, and then as soon as he gets his mini off, look how he baits the second mini. Instead, stops for a shotgun and then gets that timing shot on the guy through the wall. So he did the bait mini, and then he swapped into immediately getting that timing shot. You can just practice that in creative, getting your friends pickaxing wall as you go for a timing shot. Or you can use it on the dummies on this Raiders 464 map. This is how you can get better actually going for your timing shots, either when somebody's breaking a wall or when they're editing on you. These are both things that Mitr0 is really well known for, and this is how to do them. So the first thing is basically whenever somebody's going for a break on your wall, what you're going to do is try to pre-fire as they're coming in for the second swing. So all you're doing is making sure, so you see here with my shield, right? I'm not pre-firing as the wall breaks, I'm pre-firing basically going to click my mouse as the swing's coming in the second time. Do it again. Just like that. So I'm just waiting for that pit pickaxe swing to come in. Best way to do this is just to practice it again in open box fights just like this. Another thing that Mitr0 is really well known for is going for his pre-fire clips when somebody's editing on him. All you're going to be doing here is looking for the guy's wrist movement and his arm movement. I'll do it just now. Just like that, that's a bit slow. But basically the principle you're looking for is the difference between somebody holding an edit just like this versus holding a wall. So somebody's holding a wall and then they go for an edit. What the hand movement look like is this. Hand goes up a little bit and the blueprint drops. You're just looking for that. So somebody's going for a top right edit on you. This is how you get good at going for those pre-fire timing shots that Mitr0 is really known for. It's basically what you're doing is looking for the difference in between somebody editing and then actually holding their wall. So that's editing there with the pickaxe, the blueprint down and the pencil up. If you ever see somebody's hand do that, you can just immediately go for a pre-fire shot before the wall's even opened. Just like that. So all I'm doing there is just waiting to see when his pickaxe is actually, or pencil is actually going down, and the blueprint is moving instead as well. So that shot too early and didn't register, but you get the point, right? So basically all I'm looking for is holding the wall versus somebody editing the wall. You can also do this if somebody's got their shotgun out and you know the timing. So here's my shotgun out, go for an edit like that, and the other guy can pre-farm it. Is that some time I open it? This is a really nice angle floor shot you can go for here. Mitr0 basically gets the initial chip damage. He needs a very small amount of damage. He doesn't want to get traded at all and waste his heals. So what he does is do this top right floor edit. Then he jumps up with his jetpack. He's able to get a free timing shot on the guy's head as he comes up towards him. From the other guy's angle, he has no real perspective of trying to even get a trade shot off here. Can't really see anything. And Mitr0 has that right hand and the top down advantage there as well. This is a really good floor peek you can go for whenever you're above somebody. Is making sure that you edit this right hand side like this. And then you've got that top right and the downwards peek as well. So the reason this works so well is just because you can see the head as the primary target. So you see that, I just immediately see the guy's head, and I can hit a big shot. And also I've got that right hand peek around the side just like that. Very easy to land a big shot. From the opponent's perspective, there's really not much room here for them to go for a trade. You see I've got a shotgun X over the square there. So as I shoot, my shotgun won't even hit the guy. Just like that, I hit the floor instead of the guy. This is a really nice peek that Mitr0 does a lot to get free damage on the opponent when they're holding him. He just does this simple jump up behind the floor. There's other guys kind of left and isn't really able to predict exactly where Mitr0 is coming up on. And Mitr0 out-trades him, and then from here he's got a pretty easy kill where you can just jet back up from the side. A lot of people overcomplicate house fights like this. Maybe you're just going for a box fight situation, and Mitr0 plays this perfectly. So here, as he comes forward, he makes sure to block the guy and actually trap him in. And then look at the archer that he's got, right? He's just got this left-hand side, and he's also hugging and swinging into the left as he goes for all this piece control and boxing the guy up. From here, he's got really simple right-hand peek. The guy has no chance to really react, and he gets totally pumped. A lot of people make the mistake with their arch edits is where they go for a Mongol classic like that, and it's obviously can work and it can be quite flashy, but you're very exposed and you can get traded at the exact same time. Instead, what you should always try to do is go for your arch edits like this, open up, and then swing to the left as you're opening. So as you're doing your editing like this, swing to the left, and then you can right hand peek for a fat pump, or you can go for piece control, get the cone. Alternatively, what you can go ahead and do is get ramp in like that at that kind of an angle, and then go for a shot on the feet. What Mitr0 does a lot is whenever he's actually approaching somebody, is he'll go for a shotgun exploit in rather than using his pickaxe. This is really nice just because it allows people, instead of just standing there holding their wall, he'll actually go ahead and exploit straight in, and the person will most likely go for a pre-timing or like a pre-fire shot as he jumps into the box. So he'll get the wall one shot and then go ahead and jump in with a shotgun. And at this point here, you can either go for an edit play on the guy, or if the guy's gone for a shotgun shot and jumps to the wall, he'll just instantly edit and line up for 200 just like that. It's really simple to do, but most people, if you have your shotgun out, aren't going to be holding their wall. And they're most likely going to go for a pre-timing shot if they're decent, or go for just that little bit of damage instead. This is a nice edit you can do whenever you're doing a top right triangle peek here. So he tries to replace the wall, and then he sets up this top right stair like this. When he does this top right edit now, this allows him to go for this kind of bumping peek, right, where he hits his head and then immediately he's able to reset the wall. Does it again here, and the other guy's left completely clueless and trapped as Mitr0 just peeks over twice. You can see the difference this makes here. As Mitr0 replaces the wall and he has this edit set up, you see how as soon as he peeks, he basically just instant bumps down and resets. It's a pretty nice thing that you can do whenever you've got a stair set up. Whenever you've got a stair behind you and edit just like this, what you can go ahead and do is grab the wall and then edit, and you'll be bumped down straight away as soon as you peek just like this. So you won't be exposed for a very long time. You can just jump up and get a free tag just like that, rather than coming the whole over here and having to like a nice wide open edit and then go for a shot like that. What it looks like from the other person's perspective when they have their wall replaced just like so, is the other guy peeks up and he just immediately goes down, and he's very hard to get traded or even get shot at in this position. This is a perfect example of exit control you can do on somebody as you're setting up a fight. So what Mitr0 does here is he basically pressures and waits for the guys to go for a reaction peek without instantly swinging. Now he knows he's going to be 1 HP and he can just go for an aggressive swing on the guy's wall, and he wants to end this fight quickly as well. What he does is instantly double swing, knows the guy's reaction is just going to try to rebox and make a little bit of space. So he looks up, gets this initial wall here, and the edit is perfect. Guy's perfectly framed in the wall, and he jumps up and gets a right peek on at the same time as well. This is a really nice edit you can do when you go for an exploit in on somebody's wall here. So Mitr0 does actually shotgun exploit in straight away, which is actually really simple to do. So he shoots and goes to the wall. As he comes in, he goes to the stair edit, then sets up and moves behind it to the left, gets the wall as the guy transitions forward, and is able to right peek him afterwards again. If the guy had stayed at the back of the box just here, as Mitr0 comes in, he's got a very free timing shot, as the guy's already shot a shotgun and Mitr0's exploiting straight in. Look how Mitr0 gets the full piece control on every single wall around this guy as he comes up behind him. So as he comes up here, basically what he does is gets that side wall as he does his ramp phase, then gets the extended wall up top, gets a free bit of chunk there, then he comes around and drops down to that side wall. Whenever you're in a situation like this, you always need to make sure that you're actually looking and trying to realise how you can get extra walls on somebody, and then you can use that into your advantage and go for shots on them. So all Mitr0 did basically was, as he's coming up and around the guy, he gets that extended wall over just like this. I'll slow it down one more time. Gets the extended wall over as he does his ramp movement, extended wall up top. Then he realizes that he's got it, comes in around from the side, and he's able to drop down and go for a shot just like this. Just quickly wanted to talk about the off-spawn strategy for Mitr0 in this particular Wild Wednesday and what you can do on different Wild Wednesdays. So in this, it was jetpacks only and with pumps only as well. You couldn't really get any ARs unless you fished. Mitr0 knew there was going to be a lot of weaker players landing in around Slurpee to fish and try to play heal off in helicopters, or just fish to get guns. And also the fact in Slurpee Swamp, there's a lot of shield that you can go ahead and grab, and shield is kind of the deciding factor whether you win a pump fight or win a fight close range. So what he'd always do is land towards his top chest in Slurpee, go ahead and grab the pump, and now he's pretty much got a load of free kills off spawn. This allowed him to get many kills off spawn, and then he can just lead that into getting 20 bombs as well. So he wipes everybody there, comes straight down, go ahead and grabs all these shield barrels over this side, and he goes to re-engage everybody else in Slurpee and wipe this entire spot. It's basically impossible to get as many consistent 20 bombs as Mitr0 did unless you're extremely lucky mid-game, unless you get a lot of kills on spawn. So what you do is just top drop towards Slurpee. He knew there was a lot of people coming in here, and his loot leaving would always be very good. Always max shield, a lot of mats from people farming in and around the area, and you can also rotate into people fighting and weeping or fishing in this area, and then get ahead and grab movement and use that for mid-game as well.